Services Management Part 3, Positioning and Analyzing a Luxury Brand. The objectives of today are identify and discuss the two modes of brand building, identify and discuss the brand identity prism, identify and discuss the semantic square of consumption values. Many luxury strategists do not believe that America has luxury goods because of our short history. In other words, you cannot discuss the heritage of American luxury good, but we can discuss the experience. However, many others will argue that there's enough time to create a perceived history from our humbling beginnings. In America, we use storytelling to create the myths and legends surrounding our luxury goods and products, while other countries, where there's more of a historical perspective, can discuss the creator, the myths, and the legends. Another difference between the European and the American perspective is that European creator is viewed as an artisan, while their American counterpart is viewed as a founder. The American founder tends to create goods to solve problems, while the artisan create pieces of art that people can learn to appreciate. However, there are American examples, such as Apple, that creates pieces of art, and we cannot wait until they unveil their new luxury good. Always remember, luxury sets the price, but price doesn't guarantee luxury. However, price is a strong signal of luxury. We can think about the difference between premium, mystique, and luxury brands. The luxury good is usually far exceeds the premium mystique brands in terms of price and quality. It is critical how people perceive their expertise and their own status, and others prefer not to be recognized. For some, people will hire others to manage their luxury collection because they don't have the expertise but still want to portray a sense of sophistication. A brand meeting is in two parts. One part is how the brand positions itself, while the other is how the consumer perceives the brand meeting. Brand ethics is how true a brand stays within itself. For example, if a high-end brand also sells its brand through Target, will still perceived as a luxury brand. Can you name brands that have damaged their brand image by selling their goods through lower-end retailers? How does this apply to the hospitality industry? All brands, including luxury brands, must serve a need for the consumer. In luxury brands, these needs include their desire for hedonistic pleasure and status. Let's take a moment and explore what makes a brand identity. Let's take a look at this figure. The brand physique is a material that is being used for the product. The brand personality is the personality of the creator and what the brand is known for. The relationship mold is what type of relationship it has with the consumer. For example, is it a personal relationship? Is it an advisory relationship? The culture, the DNA, and values is what we all know the brand to be about. For example, what's the DNA of an Apple product? What's the DNA of a Marriott? What's the DNA of a Hilton? The customer related mold means what type of customer do you want to portray that consume your brand? And the customer self-concept is, how do you want your brand to affect the consumer? Let's take a look at the Conrad's identity brand. Do you agree with my analysis? Select a company and do your own identity prism. Do you agree with my analysis? Each slide represents a range of values. On the left side, it ranges from practical to critical, while on the right side, it ranges from diversionary to utopia values. Each of diagonals represent polar opposites. At the top of each side, it expresses the highest value of each trait, while the bottom represents the absolute lowest. Let's take a look at these four quadrants. The bottom left is a critical view of utopia, where people question what is utopia and exactly what should they do. In other words, they're searching for the image of utopia. On the other hand, the intercept between utopia and diversionary focus on evolving into utopia. In other words, searching for a transformation. On the bottom left, they're searching for things that meet their needs in a practical manner. For example, They need a place to sleep for a budget hotel as long as it has the minimum requirements that they are seeking. The last quadrant, where practicality meets diversion, for example, they're searching for things like being surprised and seeking humor in their daily lives. They want to be distracted from the practical side of their daily living through entertainment and diversion, but still maintain a sense of practicality. Take a look at the previous slide and think how you would locate different brands into this figure. Which of the four quadrants would you fit into? For a luxury brand to be successful, it should be super relative. In other words, it is the best in what it is trying to do or be. So a luxury brand needs to separate itself from other luxury brands through their brand identity. The first question is, how does a brand differ from the rest of the market? It needs to create an image that is consistent. What is a luxury brand good at? If it makes watches, creating experiences, or they do other things that makes them exceptional. At the end of the day, performance matters. If you make the best watch, have the best hotel, you must be the best. The last most important aspect is creating identity that is attracted to the consumer. It is critical for a brand to have an understanding how their potential and current customers view them. This is probably the most difficult thing to do because it's difficult for each of us to view ourselves. Let's view this figure and think about putting different hospitality companies into it. Let's take the previous list that you developed and put those businesses into this figure. As previously stated, a luxury good needs to be unique so it doesn't have any comparables. Otherwise, why should you buy that luxury good and not a better one? So a luxury good must separate themselves from other luxury goods by making it difficult to consume, being exclusive, have a strong heritage, scarce, able to consume it conspicuously, and setting it at the right price point. People are searching for unique luxury goods to separate themselves from others. However, if they can be a part of an exclusive group they want to become part of, this is a unique experience. Since we have previously agreed that a luxury good needs to be super relative or unique, it is also the foundation on how a luxury consumer will view how the luxury good will enhance their status and hedonistic experience through these different antecedents. Does any of you own a luxury good? Why did you buy it? Many luxury experts believe that lifestyle branding is not luxury because it doesn't meet the timelessness test compared to those luxury brands that maintain their integrity and ethics over the years. However, to meet the demand of the new consumer and increase profitability, many luxury brands are trying to attract new consumers who are more interested in their lifestyle versus maintaining traditions. This strategy is risky because lifestyle will always change. Many luxury brands attempt to maintain their integrity and ethics while also meeting the demands of these new consumers. For example, Wi-Fi is in nearly every lobby or hotel room. They are also maintaining the classical look and feel of a lobby, but arrange the furniture to allow more interaction among the guests to meet the changing lifestyle of consumers who wants more of a relaxed lifestyle. The next question is which one to choose if you're a consumer. Do you want your own unique style or do you want to be part of a community? A luxury good that has limited accessibility and is seen as rare usually increase a person's status. More roots usually mean that the luxury good has more heritage and is seen as being timeless. Think about luxury goods that would fit these different quadrants. Remember, nothing will fit in the center of these different quadrants, but rather could overlap a couple of these. Think about luxury hotels that have outrageous design, while others have more of a feel of a tradition and reliable environment. At the same time, it's critical to view brands as being either traditional or modern. Modern brand needs to be updated frequently because lifestyle will change compared to a traditional brand. What is modern today is old tomorrow. However, many young consumers expect their luxury hotels to be much more modern than their older counterparts. Even in country clubs, they have relaxed their standards and dress codes to attract these new members.